The Night of Brave Bunnies. Mira lay back on her pillow, snuggling under her soft, worn blanket. Sleep eluded her, so she let her thoughts hop gently, like the bunnies she'd noticed in her neighbor's yard. What did bunnies dream about, she wondered, and what would it be like to be part of a bunny adventure? The hum of the city melted away as Mira's eyes grew heavy. Suddenly, her room filled with a silvery moonlight, transforming her walls into leafy glades and mossy tunnels. She sat up, startled, to find a small golden-brown bunny twitching its nose by her foot. "Hello?" Mira whispered, unsure if she was still awake. The bunny looked up at her, whiskers quivering with hope. "Will you help us?" it asked, its voice as soft as thistle fluff. "One of our friends is missing in the dark bramble and we're scared to go alone." Mira hesitated. The dark bramble sounded dangerous and mysterious, even in a dream. But she remembered stories where courage made the difference, and nodded. "I'll help you, I promise." As soon as she agreed, more bunnies hopped from moonlit corners, each with wide, anxious eyes. Mira felt a tingle of bravery mixed with nerves. "Let's stick together," she assured them. "We're stronger as friends." The bunnies huddled close beside her, their fur warm against her hands. The journey began through a tunnel of sparkling bluebells and over soft, dew-soaked moss. The bunnies whispered stories about the missing bunny, Willow, who had wandered off chasing a firefly. They spoke of Willow's kindness. She always shared her sweetest clover, even when she had little herself. Dark shapes loomed ahead as the forest thickened. Mira felt her heart thump, her imagination conjuring shadows that shifted and swirled, but her new friend's trust steadied her. "What scares us isn't always what's real," she whispered, mostly to herself, but also to the smallest bunny, whose paws trembled. They paused before a bramble patch so dark and tangled that moonlight struggled to seep in. "We can't do this," whimpered a bunny. Mira knelt down, eye level with the group. "Courage is being scared, but helping your friends anyway," she said. "We'll stay together." The bunnies linked paws, and Mira reached through the thorns to pull back the branches. Inside, the bramble was quieter than she'd imagined, threads of soft spiderweb glinting in the dark. Mira called out, "Willow, we're here for you." A faint, hopeful rustle answered. Encouraged, they crept forward, imagination painting hidden glories in every shadow. There, curled up beneath a bramble arch, was Willow, her fur mottled with dirt and leaves. She looked up, eyes wide with relief. "You really came," she breathed. Mira smiled. "Of course. What are friends for? Let's get you home." On their journey back, Willow told them how she'd hidden from a fox, shivering in fear. The bunnies huddled close, offering gentle words and soft nuzzles. Mira admired their kindness, the small gestures of comfort that made someone feel less alone. She realized that even brave hearts needed kindness to carry on. As they stepped out into the glade, dawn touched the sky with brushstrokes of gold and rose. Mira hugged her furry friends, gratitude welling inside her. She felt as if she'd lived a whole fairy tale in one night, learning that courage was real and friendship was magic. Suddenly, the garden shimmered and faded. Mira opened her eyes to her quiet room, the first rays of morning peeking through her curtains. Had it all been a dream? Or maybe, Mira thought as she reached for her notebook, sometimes imagination holds a truth that lingers long after waking. Later that day, Mira saw the neighbors' bunnies nibbling clover by the fence. She smiled, recalling her nighttime adventure. This time, as she approached, she moved with quiet confidence, offering gentle words and a handful of dandelions, a small act of kindness, real and true. Mira understood now. Courage wasn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to act for someone else. And in both dreams and waking life, friendships are built on small kindnesses and shared journeys, whether you're a bunny or just a girl with an imaginative heart.
Saraswati's Magical Voyage. In the celestial palace surrounded by clouds, Goddess Saraswati, with her radiant beauty and wisdom, longed for an adventure across the realms. Though revered for her knowledge, she yearned to understand what lay beyond the sacred halls. One serene evening, as twilight hued the sky in violet, Saraswati took her beloved Veena in hand and whispered softly to the winds, "Carry me to the lands where few have ventured." As if answering her call, a golden swan, her loyal Vahana, appeared by her side. With eyes gleaming with adventure, the swan spread its wings, and Saraswati climbed onto its back, ready to venture into the unknown. They soared over the celestial rivers and crossed the horizon where sky kissed land. Soon they entered a mystical forest, emerald in its splendor, where each tree whispered secrets of the ages past. Greeted by the enchantment of the forest, Saraswati noticed a group of young musicians struggling with their melody. Compassion moved her heart. She decided to land and offer help. "Why do you falter with your symphony?" Saraswati inquired kindly. The musicians, unaware of her divine identity, expressed their woes. Their music lacked harmony and inspiration. Understanding their predicament, Saraswati played her veena, conjuring notes that danced in the air, full of life and beauty. The forest seemed to sway to her tune, and soon the musicians found their inspiration. Grateful for her guidance, the musicians gifted her an enchanted flute as a token of appreciation. "Let this flute remind you of the melodies you helped weave," said the lead musician. Saraswati continued her journey, carrying the flute, a new tool of wonder, and traveled farther to a realm of cascading waterfalls that sang in their descent. In this watery paradise, she met an artist named Lavanya, whose brush had lost its magic touch. Lavanya's paintings lacked the vivacity once renowned across realms. Moved by Lavanya's plight, Saraswati shared stories through song, igniting Lavanya's imagination with images of the wondrous adventures she had thus far encountered. As the tales unfolded, Lavanya's brush danced upon the canvas, capturing the brilliance that seemed almost alive. "Dear goddess," Lavanya exclaimed, realizing who her visitor was, "you have reawakened my gift and my spirit." In gratitude, Lavanya offered a radiant painting of a sunrise, a symbol of new beginnings, which Saraswati promised to cherish forever. With the wisdom gained and gifts received, the goddess continued her voyage until she reached a village cloaked in shadows, where hope was but a distant dream. The villagers, trapped in fear by the shadow of a terrifying myth, hesitated to envision happiness. Saraswati felt the weight of their despair and resolved to kindle light in their hearts. She summoned the courage within herself and played a melody so hopeful and soothing that even the deepest fears began to melt like morning frost. The villagers gathered around, curiosity overcoming fear, and joined hands, encouraged by Saraswati's unwavering spirit. Her kindness ignited a flame of unity which dispelled the fearful shadows haunting them. As laughter and joy spread through the village, they gifted her a lantern that could illuminate even the darkest night, a beacon of the hope she had restored. Returning to the celestial palace, Saraswati realized her journey was more than just discovery. It was a reaffirmation of her belief in the interconnectedness of wisdom, courage, and friendship. As she reflected on her voyage, her heart, now rich with stories and treasures of kindness, she vowed to continue guiding others on their paths of enlightenment for countless eons to come.
The Enchanted Forest of Love. Once upon a time, in a village nestled between majestic mountains and sprawling valleys, lived a young man named Johnny. With a spirit as free as the wind, Johnny loved nothing more than to explore the wonders of the world. One sunny morning, with a glimmer of adventure in his eyes, Johnny set off on a journey to the legendary Scintillan Forest. It was said that this enchanted forest held secrets of magic and wonder unknown to man. As Johnny wandered deeper into the forest, the air shimmered with golden light, and every leaf and flower seemed to hum with a melody only the heart could hear. It was here, amidst this mesmerizing beauty, that he first laid eyes on Sky. Sky was a fairy of extraordinary grace and charm, with wings that glowed like the twilight sky. She danced among the flowers, her laughter like the tinkling of crystal bells. Johnny watched in awe, his heart captivated by her presence. Feeling a pull he couldn't resist, Johnny stepped closer. Sky noticed him and, with a gentle smile, beckoned him to join her. Intrigued and a little nervous, Johnny introduced himself, explaining his quest for adventure and the wonders of love. Sky listened intently, her eyes twinkling with understanding. "This forest," she began, "is where love thrives and grows. It's a place where hearts open and dreams take flight." Together Johnny and Sky journeyed through the forest, finding joy in the smallest of things, a rainbow's touch, the whisper of the trees, and the songs of the nightingales. Each moment they shared was filled with laughter and warmth. As the sun set, they reached the heart of the forest, where a shimmering lake mirrored the starry sky. Sky took Johnny's hand, her touch light as a petal, and spoke of the ancient magic that bound the forest with bonds of love. "To truly understand love," Sky said, "one must not only seek it but also nurture it, cherish it. It is both delicate and strong, as endless as the sky itself." Her words resonated deeply with Johnny, awakening a newfound understanding within him. With Sky by his side, Johnny felt an overwhelming sense of peace and belonging, as though he had finally found his true home. Together, they embraced the magic of the forest, their hearts intertwined in a dance as old as time. As seasons passed, Johnny and Sky's love blossomed into a radiant bond, unbreakable and strong. They chose to build a life together amidst the splendor of Scintillan Forest, where every sunrise brought new adventures and every sunset whispered dreams of endless tomorrows. Soon their family grew, blessed with children who carried Sky's laughter and Johnny's spirit. Together they explored the wonders of the forest, weaving love into every branch, root, and stone. Through laughter and song, they nurtured their world with kindness and joy. The forest flourished under their care, becoming a sanctuary where love was the guiding light and every heart could find peace. Years went by, and the stories of Johnny and Sky's love became legends that travelers whispered to the winds. Their family thrived, a living testament to the power of love, sharing their happiness with all who ventured into the enchanted realm. Even to this day, within Scintillin Forest, their spirit endures. The air still hums with the melody of their love, and if you listen closely, you can hear the echo of laughter, the promise of love everlasting. As the final leaves of their story rustled in the gentle breeze, it became clear that love, like the stars, shines brightest when shared. It is the heart's truest magic, the foundation of a happy family, built to last for eternity. Thus, in this magical place, Johnny and Sky's legacy continues, inspiring all to seek love, to cherish it, and above all, to let it light their way home.
Leslie's Colors of Courage. Leslie sat at her little art desk, sprawled across sheets of brightly colored paper. To her, each brush stroke was a melody, each splash of paint a little surprise. Her room was a gallery of flowing colors and whispered secrets drawn from her heart. Leslie loved art more than anything. It felt like magic to her, a magic she was trying to understand. While she painted, her mom often sat nearby, reading or working on her laptop. "You pour so much love into your work, Leslie," her mom would say, watching the colors transform the once white canvas into a story of its own. Leslie had autism, which meant that sometimes the world seemed louder and brighter to her than it did to others. When Leslie was overwhelmed, she would retreat into the world of her paintings, where her colors spoke louder than words ever could. One day, Leslie finished painting a grand mural on her bedroom wall, an enchanting forest under a shimmering sky filled with twinkling stars and a radiant moon. Her mother was amazed by its beauty. "Leslie, your art is wonderful," her mom said, hugging her tight. "I think you should share your gift with others." "But how, Mom?" Leslie asked, a little unsure. "What if they don't understand what I'm trying to say with my colors?" "Your art tells a story, Leslie," her mom replied, "and the world needs your stories." Together, they hatched a plan to submit Leslie's art to the town's annual art contest. Leslie wanted to show everyone how she saw the world through her colors, how the blend of hues told secrets and dreams. As the contest day drew nearer, Leslie worked tirelessly. She painted endlessly, filling every canvas with pieces of her heart. Her room became a forest of paintings, each a narrative, each holding a piece of her. When the day of the contest arrived, Leslie's mom helped her set up her paintings in a small booth. All around were other works of art, but Leslie's were different. There was something honest and raw about them, a glimpse into a realm only a few could ever see. Leslie was nervous. She fiddled with her hands as people wandered by, peeking at her work. She wondered if anyone would see the world the way she did, or if her creations would be lost in the clamor of other contestants. But then, something amazing happened. A small group of people gathered around Leslie's paintings, their eyes wide with wonder. They began to whisper to each other, and then talk excitedly to Leslie and her mom. A woman with glasses leaned towards Leslie and said, "Your art speaks in colors I have only dreamed of. There's a warmth here, a story. You have a real gift." Leslie blushed, her heart soaring at the ultimate compliment. Throughout the day, more people approached her booth, each moved in some way by her vibrant canvases. Her paintings seemed to glow on that sunny day, drawing in even the most reluctant passerby with their charm. By sundown, it was time for judges to announce the winners. Leslie took a deep breath, holding her mom's hand, as they stood amid a crowd of eager artists and viewers, waiting to hear the results. The judges called Leslie's name with a warmth that sent ripples through her heart. She had won an award for Most Inspirational Art. Her mom beamed, tears of pride in her eyes as Leslie shyly accepted her ribbon. That night, as they packed up, Leslie looked at her mom and said, "Maybe the world does see my colors after all." Her mom just smiled, wrapping her arm around Leslie. "Sometimes," she said, "it takes a little courage to show the world who you are. But you did it." Leslie fell asleep that night, dreaming of colors swirling through her mind, of forests and stars waiting to spill onto yet another canvas. She knew the journey of her art was just beginning, and that she would continue to paint her dreams with courage in her heart. And so, Leslie embraced her unique vision and the world she saw. With the love and unwavering support of her mom, she realized she could bring a little color to everyone's life, one brushstroke at a time.